Alright, so welcome back guys, or welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here with Binary Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today we're going over some big casting news we got for the MCU. Now if Marvel is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That would miss more Marvel news from me. Moving forward, now let's begin. Alright, so like I said, we got some big news regarding the MCU and Phase 4 and most likely 5 and future of the MCU. Now, I had reported a while back, I don't even remember how long ago, but I did report that Hailee Steinfeld was being looked at for the role as Kate Bishop for the Hawkeye movie. Now, earlier this week, it has been confirmed that she has signed up for and will play the role of Kate Bishop in the upcoming Disney Plus show Hawkeye. Now this is very big and exciting news because one, we already knew that the Hawkeye movie was coming, or TV show was coming, but we didn't know who was going to play this character. Now, I honestly don't know really too much about her, but I have seen Hailee Steinfeld recently. I did actually finally get around to watching the movie Bumblebee, and I think actually after watching that, I could easily see her in this role. I think she's probably one of the more perfect roles for the MCU. I feel like with the MCU, they always get their casting roles down. And again, I gotta say, if this is 100% great casting. This news came from the Illuminati earlier this week. Now I know people say don't trust that, so I waited a little bit because when I reported my news on Power Rangers a few weeks or two ago regarding them reporting on the show ending, I kind of got hit with a bunch of stuff saying it was fake news. So I wanted to just wait out a bit for this news, and a lot of people are reporting on this being true. So I'm going to assume it's correct. Again, take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I honestly do believe this is true. I had heard she was in talks to sign the contract, and from what I understand, she has officially signed the contract. So this is a very interesting news. In regards to this, we also know that this is setting up more for the future of the MCU, and not only just the future, but also the Young Avengers. Now, we know with the introduction of Kate Bishop, that's one of the Young Avengers. We got Cassie Lang, who as of Endgame is now a teenager, so she'll be most likely in Ant-Man 3 be taking up the role of Stature. From what I understand in the rumors regarding the WandaVision series, that they're going to be introducing their kids, so there'll be more members to the Young Avengers. So we're slowly getting the formation of the Young Avengers, which is very interesting and exciting news. I think everybody knew that was eventually coming. Again, they're more like the future of the MCU, so that's definitely something that they're going to want to start building up for and moving towards, especially with everything that happened post-Endgame and a lot of the older Avengers kind of moving on and the newer Avengers stepping in. They want to also bring in the new Avengers, or Young Avengers. That way they can have more in line for later on in the story. Again, I think this is very exciting and interesting news. I know there's already going to be people out there annoyed and angry about the whole it's a woman replacing a male thing. For those people, I just say be quiet. This is comic stuff. If you know the stories and if you know what happens, this is 100% accurate as to what would happen in this storyline. Hawkeye is at the point of the story where he will be retiring. I mean, he already did retire. He just came out of retirement for Endgame and Civil War. But at this point, we knew he was going to retire, and we always knew he was going to need a successor. And as we know in the comics, it was Kate Bishop, so it only would make sense in the MCU to be Kate Bishop. Now, I'm very, again, excited. We know that as of right now that everything regarding the MCU has been put on hold and pushed back as far as release dates go. I've even heard more rumors right now that Black Widow might be pushed back more into 2021. Originally, it had been pushed back to November 2020 after everything COVID, but as of right now, I have been hearing rumors that it will be moved back again to 2021, is from what I hear, which stinks again, which means everything else will be pushed back. However, from what I do also understand is that they are looking forward to moving forward with, I guess, filming and production of the shows. That's kind of why we're getting this news now. I think, if I'm correct, that Hawkeye would have already begun filming and everything. So I think as of right now, one of the reasons why we might be hearing this is because they're getting ready to do filming and everything for the show. I think this is very exciting news, and I'm very curious to see what she brings to the role of Kate Bishop. Again, I think this is perfect casting, and again, I think she's one of those actors similar to Tom Holland, where she can pull off the role and be the face of the future of the Avengers, similar to how Tom Holland is with his rendition of Spider-Man. I think a lot of these new younger actors are doing very well in these roles. Like I said, Tom Holland is doing good, and I just feel like the casting in the MCU all around is pretty much perfect. I don't think there's really been any mistakes they've made. I think, yeah, sure, there have been a little hits and misses here and there, but I think for the most part, 99% of the time, they're all pretty much perfect casting. And as I see it right now, I think this is going to be perfect casting. But like I said, we all know that she was coming. She's going to be introduced in Hawkeye, which is slated for Phase 4 release. Depending on what goes on, they might push back to Phase 5. But as we know right now, she'll be introduced there. And then from there, she'll either go on to show up in more TV shows, or as we all know, they're going to eventually cross them over into Marvel movies. Whether that be a Young Avengers movie, whether that be an actual like Avengers movie, we don't know. We'll only have to wait. Time will tell. But I'm very excited. Again, this is a character I've been excited to see, and one I'm excited to see be brought to the big screen. Like I said, Hailee Steinfeld again is perfect casting, and I think even with the concept art that people have been making of her in the costume, it looks perfect casting, and I just think that they couldn't have done any better than Hailee Steinfeld. I mean, unless you could think of someone else who could have pulled off this role, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on that, because maybe it's just me being biased, but I think she'd be perfect for the role of Kate Bishop. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts and opinions regarding Hailee Steinfeld being cast in the role of Kate Bishop for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As always, if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way you miss any more Marvel news from me moving forward. And you can go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the about section on my YouTube channel. As always, it's been Vision here with Bunny Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.